Hey everybody, welcome to your Inside Real Estate Scoop with Kari Paget at eXp Realty. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about vacation rentals. Vacation rentals are a hot topic and have been for a few years in our industry. I actually worked with Vacasa. They are a vacation rental property manager and striving to be the largest in the world. So I worked for them for 3 years prior to getting my real estate license in 2016. And I also was an Airbnb host for just over a year, hosting by renting out rooms in my first investment property. So I did some house hacking that way back in 2018. And there are quite a few things to consider if you are considering your first vacation rental property. So first off, you are going to want to consider how you will be managing the property. Some people want to manage the property themselves, but it is a ton of work. So I have opted to manage the property myself when I am physically there and able, and then hire out the cleaning to a cleaner. And then it can be very labor intensive. If I was in a position to be able to drive there to the property, if I was managing a remote location, that could take up a full business day. Where I am a busy real estate agent and also a mom, I just don't have that kind of time to dedicate. So what I have done or would recommend doing, and what I would do personally, is hiring a property manager. Now, not all property managers are equal. And historically in vacation rentals, there's been a lot of where people will price a vacation rental one rate on a weekday, one rate on a weekend. And what we're seeing is there's just a lot of variance in demand in different markets. So if it's a holiday, or like in McCall, Idaho, we have the Winter Carnival, which runs 2 weeks. That would not be the same as, maybe a Monday or Tuesday in the winter. People do maybe want to travel to McCall to go snowboarding in the winter, but they probably are going to prioritize and be willing to pay higher rate for a special event on a Monday or Tuesday, like the Winter Carnival. So there are companies like Vacasa that will take that vacation or those different events into consideration while pricing, and that can be quite labor intensive. So typically you're seeing a vacation rental property manager charging between 20 to 25%. And some people feel that, they would rather keep that money to themselves. So just know that it will be a part-time job and sometimes a 24/7 job, because stuff can happen into the wee hours of the night, especially with people coming and going so often. It's not, I guess I would personally be more inclined to rent or manage a long-term rental myself than a short-term rental, though I would personally outsource both. So that's a consideration. And then another consideration, if you are deciding between a long and short-term rental, is furnishings. So obviously people are going to want a place that is nicely furnished, and that can run quite a large cost. So when I am looking at and evaluating an investment, I'm looking at how much cash do I have to have in the deal, and what's my cash on cash return. So, you could be looking at buying a furniture package for $10,000 to $15,000, and that can add up rather quickly depending on how many rooms you have and the level of furnishings you're choosing. So keep that in mind. If you're looking in a location like, say, Disney World, I know a lot of properties there are sold fully furnished because the properties are full-time vacation rentals already, and when the seller sells, they do not have a use for that. I've also locally in Idaho seen a few deals where sellers are moving out of state. They don't necessarily have their new house picked out and they'll be in transition for a while. So rather than storing their furniture, they are willing to sell their furniture. So those kind of deals can come up. And, obviously if I'm your real estate agent and we are working together, I'm happy to feel the seller out for those for that scenario and just find out, hey, is this something that you would consider? We never know until we ask, and I'm happy to make the phone calls and ask those extra questions and find out what is important to the seller. So those are some considerations for a vacation rental. Again, you have your property management fees, your out-of-pocket fees, your time costs. A lot of people, when we're talking about time costs, are not calculating in their time, and they are calculating, they're just not calculating in any fee for their time. Your time is worth something, and it's how, for me, it's how I make money in my business, is spending time with my clients. So definitely make sure you are allocating some expense for your time and giving yourself credit for how much time you'll be spending and all of those furnishings that you may need to pick up. When we recently bought a house, I had a circumstance where I had to fully furnish the house, and we easily spent, even though we bought a lot of things off a marketplace, at least $5,000. I think we're probably closer to 10. But just know that those things do add up rather quickly. So if you are looking for information on acquiring your Boise or Treasure Valley vacation rental, please reach out to me. I am very experienced in the area, and I would love to help you either buy or sell a property here in the Treasure Valley. So looking forward to connect. You can call me at 208-585-4983 or email me at Kari@KariPaget.com or DM me via your favorite platform. I'll talk to you soon.